Hey, I'm gonna show you how to create 303 acid bass using MicroFreak from Arturia. As you probably know, 303 bass like one of the most used basses for last 30 years, and here's a preview of the sound we're going to build. I could say acid bass consists of three main building blocks. First one is arpeggiator or sequencer of short notes. Depends what your synthesizer have or what you want to use, what you would like to use. Second part is low pass filter with dramatic resonating frequency cutoff like this, also called envelope controlled filter. And third part is probably your imagination and your hands constantly changing different parameters of the sound. You know, all these 3 points are what really can create this wonderful sonic journey found in original TR-303. The sound source itself is very important, of course, but actually it works well with different sources, as you will see. And I think most parameters of TR-303 can be recreated on MicroFreak, and I will try to showcase most of them starting from the sequencer. So let's start from init preset. Let's switch octave down. We can probably start with simple arpeggiator to create note sequence we like. So enable arpeggiator, we need push this button labeled arp sequencer, and now you just press any keys. Instantly you hear arpeggiator. You can also hold button, which basically make it play forever. So of course you can start with this, but as you may know, original TR-303 known of its weird sequencer, which makes it incredibly hard to enter something meaningful, but which is great to enter random notes. And by great luck, or maybe raised up by Arturia design, MicroFreak have really same kind of weird sequencer as well. I can enable it with same button, ARP sequencer, but this time I need to hold shift button and press this button. Now it's in blue, it indicates that we're in sequencer mode. So to enable record mode, we need to press this random record circle button. Yeah, so now we're in record mode, and you can see on display that it shows that we're on step 1 from 16, and we can now enter notes we would like to play. Okay, so I recorded it, and I can play it with this button called pattern play. You can also change the time division of this sequence with this red swing knob, and it's a time division. We can move it to 8, 16, 32, 32 triplets. Anyway, we left it on 16 for our case. By the way, at this point we can also add another feature of 303 bass, which is glide on independent notes. So on original TR-303 you can like hold glide button and choose which note will be glided. We have something similar here, but still a bit different. Let's press record again. This will replace previous pattern with new one, so we're on step 1. So for example, I want to enter this note and then go to this note. But this time, for example, I don't want to move it like staccato, like tung tung. I want to move it with glide, like boom. So at this point, when I'm still on this key, I need to move glide button to whatever value I would like to use. And for example, it will be 200. And now I press this key, and you instantly hear like it moves. And now when on this step, I need to remove glide and press next key, like this, and that. And for example, I want to use glide again, 200, and move here. and remove glide now. So next notes will be without glide. This, and glide again. This, and remove it like this. For example, I want to go here and add last glide like boom and remove it. So I entered 16 note. So why we need to do it this way? When we are in sequencer mode, MicroFreak not only record key we press, but it also record all dedicated parameters for all knobs here. So for example, you can set different decay for each note. You can set different cutoff for each note. And in our case, we set different glide for different notes. So let's listen what we have now. Yeah, you can hear we have glide on some notes and other doesn't have it. That's exactly what we want. And now let's move to the filter section. Filter section, we have cutoff here and resonance, which boost some frequencies. And in our case, we need to push it to the maximum, like this. So we have a low pass filter with cutoff, and what original 303 was doing, it takes low pass filter cutoff and it basically automates it cutoff parameter in the way it follows the envelope of our sound, or the amplitude if you want. So basically it will do like this on each note. Of course my hand's not so fast, so we will automate it. And this process is usually called envelope controlled filter. I think most modern synthesizers have this feature in some form. In MicroFreak it is enabled by default, and this white button indicates that it enabled. Push off, you just press it. And amount of this filter we change with this note. So basically when it's in the middle or zero, no automation will be applied. And you can change it to 100, minus 100. For our case, we will push it to 40, for example. And you can hear for the moment it sounds more like I don't know, square sound. But we need more plucky sound. So let's remove sustain from it. And attack and probably add some decay. 2 seconds, for example. Let's bring it back. So yeah. Now you can hear this squelching, resonant, plucky sound, and you can see it on frequency analyzer. You can see few peaks here. This peaks in lower part, in the left part. It's basically our melody played on the keys. You can see it. And this jumping frequencies is kinda melody created with our resonating filter. So, you know, it's create kinda 2-second melody, I don't know, poly melody, poly notes, whatever you want to call it. So now it's perfect time to find perfect sound engine for our acid bass. Let's go to digital oscillator section and check what we have here. By default, a basic wave oscillator enabled. It's kind of single wave, which you can morph from square to saw. It actually can sound pretty interesting. Wavetable. 16 different wavetables. You can play with it. I don't really like it for this bass. Harmonics now. Carpal string is about strings. Our bass is not about strings. Virtual analog. This engine actually sounds pretty cool for me. Yeah, you can play with it, but let's go to which one I would like to use. The Formant engine. Yeah. this one is most interesting for our case. And I will not go in deep what exactly it does, because it may take entire video to explain, but I will try to explain it shortly so you will have basic idea. And let's switch off the sequencer for the moment and just play one note, like this. So basically for our case we can look at Formant Engine as another filter or equalizer, if you like, applied to simple wave like sine. In short, this equalizer have two bands, and we can control position and shape of those bands. This knob is about controlling first peak, which is on left side. You can see how it moves here. This knob is about controlling position of second peak, right one. And also, when I move this knob, it also moves first one, because this way they kind of bind together, so it moves like this. And this last knob is about changing the shape of those peaks. It can go wider, for example, in some freaky varied way. Yeah, and all this together called Formant Engine, or simply simulation of formants and filtered waveforms through the multiplication, addition and synchronization of segments of sine waves. Anyway, since we have other filter here, we can control its movement with our amplitude envelope. But this time let's use second envelope, call it cycling envelope, this section. This one independent from this, but it also will like toggle on one key pressed. So let's switch back to the sequencer mode. Let's use cycling envelope. Let's remove attack from it. Oh, first of all, let's switch to envelope mode. Remove attack, remove sustain, and we will control decay manually. And let's apply the cycling envelope to the second peak. So when it will be moved, it will also move first peak, as you remember. We can do it with our matrix, finding cycling envelope, row, intersection with timbre. So click it here and let's set it like 40, okay. Yeah. You can hear how it changes our sound. I picked this idea about second envelope from Arturia default presets. I think it's number 96. So you know, it is a good way to go into factory sounds to get some new ideas and inspiration. And at this point you probably might think how we can add even more filter modulations to our sound. And by some accident, this is exactly what I'm thinking as well. And one freaky thing we can do is apply our second cycling envelope to cutoff as well. So we will have kind of two envelopes applied to cutoff. I will show what I mean. So let's find cycling envelope cutoff and set it maybe like about 10. Okay, so with all the things applied, we have like tons of sound variations now. And I think we probably covered most tier 303 functionality, and I will say probably even more. Except one, and I'm talking about sound accents. On tier 303 you can set accents to different notes. And this one is very important feature which can change sound drastically. How I understand it, kinda set more cutoff and resonance on some specific notes. I'm not quite sure how to recreate it on MicroFreak. And one possible way I see is to apply random LFO to cutoff filter, so it will randomly add more cutoffs. Let's switch to random and set it rate to like 116 and apply this LFO to the cutoff. So LFO row is cut off. So without it and with it. It actually sounds pretty cool, but also a bit too random. Of course, this might be what you want actually. Okay, I also add a bit of reverb with zoom pedal. You can add some effects that sound cool on 303 bass. Probably reverb and overdrive is good things to start. That's actually all I want to share with you about tier 303. Hope you like it. See ya!